Welcome to Spiritual Rebirth Tarot. I'm Madelyn, your energy healer and tarot reader. So nice to have you here at the reading today. So we will be doing a message for the collective dental community for the week of the 10th through the 16th of January of 2021. And so we'll be asking for advice, direction, communications for that week for the dental collective. And that could be anywhere from people who work in the dental field, your spouses, anybody connected to dentistry, for those watching this particular reading. Obviously, in a lot of ways, readings are timeless. When you come to them, you were meant to be here. And there will be, some discussion of what the reading is about in the title. And so if you're drawn to that, that's what you're drawn to. So while this is made for that specific time, if it's resonating with you at other times, that is the purpose as well. So let's begin by asking for divine guidance in our reading. Okay, so I'd like to begin with the energies from the Animal Tarot deck with Colette Baron Reed. So I can put Reiki energy into the deck, and it will help to guide us to the card for this time. Okay, so on the top part, the thing to kind of be on the foreground for us to know is the dog. Be loyal to what you love. So I really love this particular card, because really when you read it, it's all about unconditional love and kind of bringing that energy into your life. And loyalty. And underneath, sorry, it dropped, is the dove, be peace. So it's not be at peace or, find peace, but actually be peace yourself. And it's the number 3, and the dog is 10, which is 1, so it's completing a cycle. It's a universal cycle, and 3 kind of, in a lot of ways, if you think about, represents the circle or the cycle. And so both of these cards are kind of bringing things around full circle for you. So for the energies for this time period are that finding things that you need to be loyal about. There may be things in your family or your friends, passions that you have, and to develop a loyalty around those in a positive way, so that loyalty doesn't bind you, doesn't hold you back from being a source of inspiration and freedom. But at the same time, loyalty can really guide you in what you love. And then in the dove spirit, be at peace. Be peace. So there are many times in our lives when we're interacting with others, we can choose to maintain and offer peace when others are feeling really upset. So, like for instance, this week for us, when I'm doing this reading, is the week where people decided to, in the U.S., storm the D.C. Capitol. And so that wasn't a lot of peace. And so during this time, when we're talking about it, when we're dealing with it, are there ways that we can bring peace into others' lives and not be more of the problem and more of the conflict? So that could be anything in your life at the time, be less of this conflict. So we're going to do a little spread here. Situation, the grounding, the benefit, what's in your higher chakras, your kind of brain area, and then the final crowning you is the way they usually say it. Crowning you, and then so coming in from the crown and coming in from the ground. And then the last card is the outcome of the reading. So the current here in this case, the thing that we're asking for is what messages for the dental collective this time. Okay, so the situation is the world. Oh, that's fascinating, because we were talking about that, the 10, the coming full circle, and the world is about the full circle. Coming from the base, the King of Cups. Coming as your, the thing that's going to benefit you is the Page of Wands. And we have another Archangel Raphael. So we have Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. Eight of Cups crowning you, and then your outcome, the Five of Pentacles. Okay, with Ariel coming in with that. So the underneath energy, the overall underlying energy, Five of Raphael moving into the Knight of Ariel, and the King of Raphael, and the Moon. Okay, so the underlying portion of the deck is kind of the Moon energy, the things that we aren't as clear about. In this case, the Moon energy is Archangel Haniel, and the opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for your guidance, and face your fears. So, some of us are afraid of the dark. Well, I'm not, but, you could be afraid of the dark. Oh, it's interesting, there's a raccoon over here. Raccoon energy really has a lot of, if you think about a raccoon, they're kind of very strict in the way they do things. They wash all their food. They say they wear a mask. They say they're the perfect COVID animal. So, they kind of do all of those things that we're having to think about and do in our lives. But you notice how the raccoon is so in the dark, and then the other one is so much more in the light. We have this, it almost looks like instead of a moon, like an earth or something with this energy around it. But anyway, so, this, I think in this case, your underlying message, is that, sometimes we don't see the full picture, and things can be a little complicated. The Knight going into the King. So the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow energy but takes into account everything as he moves forward. And he's moving forward into a lot of passions and creativity. But some of that might be blocked or misunderstood for you. So let's see what the message here may help us understand, what's being hidden or locked away, like this raccoon is in this card. Okay, so the overall situation of dental family for this time is a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. The world is coming into play. Well, in this case, it's a 3, because 2 plus 1 is 3. It's the same as the peace. So, it's kind of like he's protecting the entire world. And one thing about the archangels that we don't really understand with their different energies is that they are there to help us, and all we have to do is ask. So every day, asking the angels to come and benefit and help us in this direction. And at this time, he's saying, I don't need to just be helping just one person. Ask me to help protect the entire world. The whole world is in need of our help. And it could also be that during this week, there are things related to the world that will affect your office, your staff, your life, and that your life will be affected, your office will be affected by some of the decisions that are being made in the entire world. And so those things will come down, and they're kind of going to be out of your hands. And so you realize, you kind of have a perspective here of how small you are. Just your one little office, or your one little, job, or your one little opportunity is so small compared to this entire world. And there are things happening in the entire world that are an important part of that journey. So coming from the base is, a lot of emotions, generous feeling. I think I see the word honorable, and for some reason that helps me think a little bit of this concept of a dog and how loyal it is. So, this dog energy is bringing in this loyalty and love, and this also is bringing in loyalty and love, that it's safe to trust, the ability to accomplish many things at once, all your creative passions. So the king is coming in here. He has the trident. He is kind of like Poseidon, and very powerful. Again, it's that kind of otherworldly. The whole world is being involved by this. The king of the sea, of the ocean. The world is covered. The majority of the world is covered with the ocean. And so it could even be that in some way your company or the way things are done for you will be affected by factors in the world, especially related to ecology and protecting the environment. So it could be that there may be some new things that'll come out that are environmentally related that will affect your practice in dentistry. And so this environmental factor, we could kind of look at it as, oh, damn it, I don't want to do that because it's going to cost me more money. But remember that, if we only look at the negative side of things, the negative sides will come out in our lives. But, when we embrace the positive aspects of things, it will really help to bring our practice into alignment with what's going on in the world. And the thing that will benefit you is really following a lot of your passions and opportunities, being optimistic, playful, energetic, brave. So I'm especially being drawn to the concept of bravery. So something this week, being brave and optimistic will really help you to meet some of these new principles that may be coming into your life. And so, the benefit that you'll receive by, grasping onto the optimism is really important. And here, in the energy of the Eight of Cups, or the Eight of Raphael, she's walking away from something that's really good to something that's even better, or from something that's not as good to something that's better. So again, with this whole world perspective, that maybe the world will come down and say, we have to do this kind of change this kind of perspective in order to continue your process. You're having to walk away from some of the things that you've always done or always been, the ways you've always looked at things. And he's saying, follow me into some new ideas and concepts. And there's a lot of green here, and she's walking into a green space. So that again is pointing to the environmental nature, really learning to love and appreciate nature and hold on to nature in our lives. And so the outcome card, the Five of Pentacles, is about not having enough and feeling like you need to have more and feeling like you need help in your situation. So Ariel, Archangel Ariel comes and helps us with our abundance. And in this case, again, you can make a choice to grab onto this optimism and playfulness rather than staying in this energy of lack, not having enough, feeling like you can't do it. And, it may be that there will be somebody there to help you and encourage you on this journey so that you aren't alone. But even if you do have to face these things more in a lone fashion, the beauty is there, the optimism is there. You have to find it and grab onto it. And I think the thing I'm really being drawn to is this one pentacle is like so far out and hidden. So if you look at it, you could almost see this as the Four of Pentacles. Having that sense of structure and balance, and rather than the tumult. And so, choosing to walk away from the situation that you're in to something more stable. To going into the stability of the 5 and 6, the 4 and 6 of Pentacles, rather than staying in the kind of like quicksand type energy of the 5. So I think the overall message here is, be peace, be loyal to love, and truly hold on to optimism no matter what situation you're being faced with. And I think this again talks about, this is kind of the optimist pessimist card. She turns around, she has a lot of things there for her. If she stays the way she is, she's looking kind of at emptiness. And through taking it, this is like funny, devoted, understanding, trustworthy. So, again, that grasping onto things that you can be loyal to, and grasping onto your passion and energy will help you go from being just like this hiding away energy to something that you can see a lot more clearly. Okay, so I would like to end this discussion that we're having today with one of the well-being cards from Abraham Hicks. So Abraham Hicks is a great person to watch. I'm just going to push those up there so they stay out of the way of what I'm doing. Great person to watch right now for bringing, abundance into your life, understanding better things in the world. Every moment I feel is guidance from my adoring inner being. So they talk a lot about your inner being helping you, and if you get in touch with your inner being, you're really connected to your higher self and your inner being, you're going to find that you aren't floundering around, but you have confidence and you have guidance in your life. Because my inner being offers a strong and steady vibrational signal, I can always feel my allowance or resistance to that signal. The better I feel, the more aligned I am. The worse I feel, the more out of alignment I am. As I reach for good feeling emotions, I'm in alignment with the signal of my source. So being in line with your higher self is really all about, feeling good. So when you feel good, you know you are in alignment. I want to feel good. Okay, so that is the message for this week. If it resonates for you and if things come about that, kind of along with the message right now, please comment, subscribe to the channel and like the video to help others be able to come to the dental message of the week. So great to have you here, and I'll see you next week.